Hello YouTube! This is going to be a video that makes a lot of sense, that is very neat because I took notes and I was very organized. So how do you know if you're being taken advantage of? Like, what are the signs that you're being taken advantage of? The first thing that you want to look out for is, have they taken advantage of others before? How do I know that? If someone is used to taking advantage of someone, they're probably really good at it. If someone has done it before, they have two options. They can either become a better person, or they will become better at being that type of person. And that goes for anything. And one of the most obvious signs is you might hear them say, well, I do that all the time. Yeah, this girl I was talking to, I totally got blah, 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 blah from her, and it was super easy. You know, like someone who's bragging about how they've taken advantage of someone. Think about what they're saying. Or like, yeah, I just sold this heap of crap car that has a bunch of codes on it that I cleared, and I got away with it, and it's a piece of crap, it's a freaking lemon. Just look out for things like that. The next sign that someone is taking advantage of you is that they make a lot of excuses. Like, every time something happens that they did, there's an excuse for it, and they never apologize. Sometimes they will apologize, but usually it's not sincere. It's just kind of like, I'm sorry that happened to you, or I'm sorry you feel that way. I sold them a piece of crap car because they weren't smart enough to get a OBD scanner and see if the codes had been cleared off. That's their fault. Natural selection. You know what I mean? They're just trying to justify what they did. Next, they are known to be untrustworthy, and this definitely goes back into the they have taken advantage of others before. This one is more of a social thing. They're known to be untrustworthy. Every time someone brings them up, they're like, yeah, I'm not too sure about that person. Now, if they're like, oh man, this guy is a freaking, stay away from him, he's horrible, that's an extreme case, but you should take their advice. But if it's just kind of like, I don't know about them, the person who's telling you that probably hasn't been taken advantage of, but has heard that that person is likely to take advantage of people, or has in the past, and they stay away from them. The next point, the next sign that someone's trying to manipulate you or is that your cooperation benefits them. It either benefits only them, like the guy who sold the piece of crap car to this person, or it benefits both of you. There are times when something accidentally benefits only the other party, but if every time you engage with this person and the only person who is benefiting is them, there's a sign. If this person is intentionally manipulating you or whatever, it will never only benefit you. It won't. They won't let it happen. They won't give you any sort of deal where they don't come out with something. It's never going to be just you benefiting. The next point, they always ask for favors but never return them. So they're always asking you for something, or they never text you and they only text you when they need something, and they only call you when they need something. This is a person who also will typically, if they feel like they can't just ask you for the money, they will also try to emotionally manipulate you. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to do this, blah, 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 blah.
Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
It's never just, hey, I'm calling you because I need this, but I really didn't want to ask. It's always, I feel bad. Pity me for even being afraid to ask you for something. Know the difference. Don't let them not even say thank you. Some people won't say thank you to you. Oh yay. Okay, so I just got a notification from Autism from the Inside that premieres in 30 minutes about how to find a partner while being true to yourself, and I will be watching that. The next sign. The prices don't add up. Now, this isn't just about money. Again, this whole video isn't just about money. One of the most common ways that people are taken advantage of is for their money. That I would say is for sure. And then next, I would say emotionally. The prices don't add up. Let's say that you are that person who's trying to buy this car for $2,000. Let's say it's I'm just gonna use a Prius for an example, because when I was buying my car and my dream car was a Prius, I was like, I want a Prius. It's only gonna be $5,000. They were $15,000 for a 2011 Prius, and I was really pissed off. Let's say that you're that person buying the $2,000 Prius, right? The other Priuses, whatever, are $15,000, but this Prius is $2,300. Why? This is a really great deal, man. And then the guy who's selling you the car is like, yeah, I mean, they just brought it in. It's running fine. Next. Now this one is what gives a lot of people away. They have an untrustworthy air about them. And what does that mean? I don't even need to explain it, because I know that you can, as soon as I said that, you thought of the last time when you were around someone who you really didn't trust, or you're like, I don't know. I don't know about this person. The most important thing to remember is that it's probably not in your head. And the last time you thought about that person who was untrustworthy, think about it. Think about 5 years ago or a year ago, a few months ago. Were you right about that person? The next one, they ask invasive questions, but do not share anything personal back. I don't need to explain that either. Also, I noted this in one of my TikToks. Invasive doesn't mean invasive for you. But if it's an intrusive question, like on their basis, and they're not like being open with you either, they give offers that are too good to be true. Oh, this offer is just for you. I get these emails and they will say like, Aneva, like they put my name in it. Aneva, this is just for you. Basically, the limited time one is just like, it usually gets people going. Like Black Friday is limited time. You're not gonna get this deal, you're gonna miss out. It's the fear of missing out. So they're playing on your fear of missing out. You deserve this. Oh my god. Instead of saying like, your nails look bad, you need to get them done, right? That's like the shame tactic. But if you really want to get someone to go get their nails, you say, look, you've gone through this, you've had a breakup, he did this to you, you're not getting respected at work, you're a woman, you deserve to go get your nails done. And like, it works because like, women's lives are hard and all that stuff is true. So it's like, well, I'm gonna go get my nails done so I can feel prettier, whatever, and it works. I'm well aware that I deserve this. I'm gonna go spend my money on it, but it's something that I'm choosing to do versus feeling like someone took advantage of me, if that makes sense. Think about what they're getting out of it. Another sign is that they use recognizable methods of manipulation. Number one is gaslighting. I know that this thing happened this way, and someone says, no, it didn't happen like that. But they're not saying it because they're confused. They're saying it to confuse you. And they're like, I didn't call you a dirty skank. I said that you looked like a dirty skank. Or like, I didn't say you were an idiot. I said you were acting like an idiot. I didn't say you were stupid. I was saying if I were stupid, I would say that. I feel like that's not quite gaslighting. I almost cussed. I have to stop. Okay, so guilting. Oh, I thought you were gonna go to the bookstore with me. I guess I'll just stay home now. That is a recognizable method of manipulation. So the next time you're having a conversation with anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, pay attention to what they say, how they say it, and if they are pitying themselves. Another one is pressuring. So if you're like, you know, your boss comes up and they're like, I need this on my desk by 5 p.m. Time constraints. You need to stop crying right now. I need you to get this done. You gotta stop thinking about this. It's time to make a decision. When are you gonna change your life? Buy my $20,000 workout package. Alluding or hinting, like, you know you want to go get your nails done. It's been so long. Well, I'm gonna get my nails done. You know, I really like that wig that Lizzo was wearing, and I saw one at the beauty supply store that kind of looks like it. You should definitely get it. Sometimes, like, people are, like, trying to manipulate you just to know that they can. But those are signs. Like, pay attention to them. Then there's also pulling rank. Like, I'm your mother. I'm your father. I'm your captain. Ooh, or even pulling ranks in the opposite direction. I'm your daughter. I'm just a kid.
I'm just a baby.
The next one, withholding knowledge, love, money, or assistance until you give them something in exchange. Not everything is about money. Maybe they're requiring you to give them attention, help, your time, your energy, your permission, your personal items, and your dignity. So like those stupid long videos. Then at the very end, they still don't tell you how to lose weight, and they're like, if you want to find out, just pay an easy $4 to find out this. So when someone does it to you in real life, like, it's very obvious when there's ads and TV programs and stuff. But when it comes to people, oh, I don't know. Johnny said this to me, and like the person's like begging, what'd he say? And beckoning, like, what did he say? And she's like, I don't know, it's just so dramatic. I couldn't tell you. And so they're asking for attention, like, give me more attention, hype me up so I can tell this story. Always pushing the positive reviews while refusing to acknowledge the negative reviews. So I'm gonna use the car example again. But is there anything wrong with the transmission? Has it ever had any front end damage? Guys, like, you don't have to worry about any of it. Instead of answering each individual question, you don't have to worry about any of that. We have it all figured out. It's all together. Every time I sell a car, people just love it. And meanwhile, you're on like Google reviews. They're like, don't trust this guy. He sold me a lemon. But note that if a person feels they can do no wrong, they may try to take advantage of you because they feel that it's right or justified. Now, what's really important about this is that they also may not give you the chance to question or learn about the negative reviews. So this would be like, hey, we need to get this done like right now. Like if you want to buy the car, this is the last day, this is the last minute, I need you to do it. While you're on your phone trying to look at the reviews about this person. This is accomplished by rushing you or even gaslighting you or the people involved. You may find the review and like, dude, I don't know, this is what these people said about you. And he's like, oh, they're all liars. Creating this fake story about like, oh, that person was high when they were here and I told them to leave, and to get them to get out of here I just sold them the car. Another sign, being pushy, rude, over assertive, or emotionally unstable. And I'm gonna focus on emotionally unstable because there was this lady at the register this one day while I was working at TJ Maxx, and I will have to reenact it because it was so freaking insane. I'm not making this up, I'm not exaggerating. I was doing this return, this woman had an entire basket of returns. She like was trying to steal, and so instead of her like sneaking stuff out like you see, or people switching tickets and stuff, she decided that she would create a diversion. So this woman starts screaming, cussing, oh they try to take advantage of me and blah 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 blah, and like all this like right in front of me. I was completely overstimulated. There were so many things happening that was like her being manipulative. She would just like was like, this isn't gonna work on this person, this isn't gonna work, I'm gonna act a fool. And that's what people do, and like it's very common, and like in some cases it's really funny. But if someone is becoming completely unhinged, they're probably manipulating you. There are some cases where people just like, you just deal with mental illness and you just have a breakdown. So I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about people who are literally acting manipulation. This is the last one for the signs, and this really isn't necessarily a sign. It's more like a feeling that you get once you realize you've been manipulated. You feel uneasy knowing that you were manipulated, even though you benefited in some way too. Like, I mean, I guess it was okay because I did get this out of it. So what can you do about being taken advantage of? Really, the best part about getting manipulated is if you know the signs of being manipulated, if you know that someone is manipulative, if you can spot it, whatever the case, you don't have to do much other than what I'm about to say. Really, the hardest part is spotting it and deciding that you're not going to take it, that you're not going to have that. First thing, take notes on behaviors that you see and study common manipulation tactics. Not to use them on others, but to recognize them early on. I'm just saying, don't weaponize your knowledge. Technically, like, manipulation is just a part of everyday life. Like, we manipulate people every day. But if it is going to hurt that other person, that's when you have drawn a line. Next, look for similarities and senses of familiarity. And by this I mean, if someone reminds you of a situation when you were manipulated. If you get that feeling like, that feels familiar. Do not become paranoid. Don't do it. You will attract things to yourself if you're constantly fearing them. So don't do it. Do not. It is better to listen to your gut and be wrong than to ignore it and find out you were right. If you think that this person's going to manipulate you, it's better for you to trust your gut and stay away from them than to find out after you've been manipulated. Next, look for patterns. Same thing. Look for these signs in other people and look to see how often it's happening. Always weigh the pros and cons before making decisions. Always, even if it's just like short term. The pros are, I get a car for $2,300, but the cons are, I don't know anything about this car. I don't know if I can trust this guy. Always ask for extra time, a moment to think, or reject the offer or whatever until later. Remember, most decisions can be delayed unless it's an emergency. And if someone can't offer you extra time to think, which is a basic human right, then maybe they're not as trustworthy as they were trying to appear to be. Eva, I need you to make this decision really quick. Give me like 10 minutes and I'll be back. Take good care of yourself. Do what you can. If you enjoyed this video, please do like, leave a comment. God, I always forget what to say. Leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think about this video, and join the subbies. Subscribe today. Okay, bye.